Hey Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to the channel, where we bring you all the latest breaking news on our Dallas Cowboys. Today we've got a surprising story that's sure to catch the attention of every Cowboys fan out there. Just days after letting go of cornerback Andrew Booth Jr., the Cowboys have made a move to bring him back onto the practice squad. Yes, you heard that right. Booth, who was initially released following the trade for wide receiver Jonathan Mingo, is once again donning the star. But why did Dallas bring him back, and what does this mean for the Cowboys' secondary? Stick around because we're diving into the details, Booth's journey with the Cowboys, and the impact this could have on the roster moving forward. Let's get into it. All right, let's rewind a bit and set the scene here. Earlier this week, the Dallas Cowboys made headlines by making a trade with the Carolina Panthers, acquiring wide receiver Jonathan Mingo in exchange for a 2025 fourth-round draft pick. In order to make room for Mingo, the Cowboys had to shuffle their roster, and that's when cornerback Andrew Booth Jr. found himself on the chopping block. Booth, a young player with potential, was let go on Tuesday as Dallas focused on adding depth to their offense. But here's the twist: the Cowboys didn't let Booth stay off the team for long. Just 2 days after his release, the Cowboys decided to bring him back onto their practice squad. So what's going on here? Why release him only to re-sign him days later? Well, there's more to this story. And it has everything to do with strategic roster management, injuries, and making sure the Cowboys have enough depth on defense. Let's break it down. So, why did the Cowboys re-sign Andrew Booth Jr. so quickly after letting him go? The answer lies in the Cowboys' injury-plagued secondary. This season, the Cowboys' defense has been hit hard with injuries, particularly in the secondary. Players have been going down left and right, leaving the team in desperate need of reliable backups who can step in when needed. By re-signing Booth to the practice squad, the Cowboys are ensuring they have a safety net. Someone who's already familiar with their system and can jump in if more injuries occur. Andrew Booth Jr. might not be a star cornerback right now, but he brings something valuable to the table. He's got experience with the team and knows the playbook. He's been practicing with the Cowboys since training camp, so if he needs to be elevated to the active roster, he'll already be up to speed. Booth's return adds crucial depth, allowing the Cowboys to bolster a secondary that's been stretched thin all season. This move isn't just about getting any cornerback. Booth was a high draft pick for a reason, and Dallas clearly sees potential in him. They're giving him another chance to prove himself, and who knows, he might just surprise us all. To fully understand Booth's journey with the Cowboys, let's go back to how he initially landed in Dallas. Booth was actually a second-round pick for the Minnesota Vikings and was highly regarded coming out of Clemson. Known for his athleticism and ball skills, Booth had a lot of hype surrounding him as he entered the NFL. But after struggling to find his footing with the Vikings, he was traded to Dallas during training camp this past August. The Cowboys sent cornerback Nahshon Wright to Minnesota in exchange for Booth, hoping he could add depth and possibly develop into a solid contributor. It was a strategic move by Dallas to bring in a young cornerback with potential, especially given the injuries and uncertainties in the secondary. Since joining Dallas, Booth has seen limited action, but he's managed to make an impression in practice, showing flashes of the talent that made him a high draft pick. Booth has played in 3 games so far for the Cowboys, even starting one, and he's recorded a total of 6 tackles. It's not a huge stat line, but for a player adjusting to a new team and a new system, it's a start. The Cowboys clearly saw enough in those performances to bring him back onto the practice squad after releasing him. They're banking on his potential to develop, and they're keeping him close by in case they need him on game day. So, why is depth in the secondary so crucial for the Cowboys right now? It all comes down to injuries. The Cowboys' defense has been battling a tough season with injuries affecting several key players. From seasoned starters to emerging young talent, the secondary has been constantly shifting as players come in and out due to health issues. This inconsistency has made it difficult for the Cowboys to maintain a cohesive unit, and it's left them vulnerable against strong passing offenses. By bringing Booth back, the Cowboys are making sure they have options if things get worse on the injury front. They need players who are ready to step up and fill gaps at a moment's notice. Booth may not be a household name, but his familiarity with the Cowboys system makes him a valuable asset. The practice squad is often overlooked, but for the Cowboys, it's a lifeline, especially in a season where injuries have been relentless. This isn't just a short-term solution, though. The Cowboys are also thinking long-term. If Booth can continue to develop on the practice squad, he might work his way into a more permanent role on the active roster. For now, having him as a backup gives Dallas some much-needed flexibility. Let's talk about Booth's potential. Coming out of Clemson, he was known for his speed, ball tracking skills, and ability to make plays in coverage. The Vikings had high hopes for him, and while things didn't pan out there, he's still young and has room to grow. Sometimes players just need a change of scenery to unlock their full potential, and Dallas could be that opportunity for Booth. By placing him on the practice squad, the Cowboys are giving Booth a chance to prove himself without the high-pressure demands of being on the active roster. He can work on his skills, get more comfortable in the Cowboys' defensive scheme, and build chemistry with his teammates. Practice squad players often go overlooked, but it's an important stepping stone for players who need more time to develop. If Booth continues to impress in practice, he could find himself being called up to the active roster sooner rather than later. For now, he's in the perfect position to focus on his game, learn from the coaching staff, and prepare for any opportunity that might come his way. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about how the recent Jonathan Mingo trade fits into all of this. The Cowboys traded a 2025 fourth-round draft pick to the Panthers in exchange for Mingo, a wide receiver with impressive potential. Adding Mingo meant Dallas had to make room on the roster, which initially led to Booth's release. The Cowboys clearly wanted to boost their offense and saw Mingo as a valuable addition. But re-signing Booth shows that the Cowboys are still very much focused on maintaining a balanced roster. They understand the importance of defense, especially in a season where they've faced so many injuries. Booth's return to the practice squad allows Dallas to keep him close while also adding Mingo to the roster. It's a smart strategy that shows the Cowboys are thinking not just about the immediate game but also about the rest of the season. This trade and re-signing combination might seem like a minor move, but it's all about the bigger picture. The Cowboys are covering all their bases, bolstering their offense with Mingo and protecting their secondary depth with Booth. This roster management could make a huge difference as they head into the second half of the season. Let's talk about what Cowboys fans are saying, because social media has been buzzing since Booth's release and re-signing news broke. Many fans were surprised when Dallas initially let Booth go, especially after trading for him just a few months ago. But now, with his return to the practice squad, fans are starting to understand the bigger picture. There's been a lot of positive support for Booth on social media, with fans encouraging him to keep working hard and make the most of this second chance. Cowboys Nation is loyal, and they love seeing young players develop and grow with the team. People are excited to see what Booth can do, especially if he gets another shot on the field. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any Cowboys updates. We'll be here to keep you posted on all the latest news, roster moves, and game previews. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, stay strong, stay loud, and let's go get that win. See you in the next video.